There, they'll give me a medal, a cup, and a diploma. It's just for the soul, knowing that there are no others like this and there never will be. Then he's not at practice and not there and not there and not there. But over there, he's posting, he's drinking, he's smoking hookah, drinking wine, he drank. At first he walks around in a jacket, then in a tracksuit, then puts on a t-shirt, then a tank top, and then he strips down. I've never taken a drag in my life, not even once. Well, I just wasn't lucky. He was lucky, but I wasn't. Of course, if I worked at a factory or something, I might have taken the risk, but this is always the same. I don't even have time to eat. I train a lot, but I enjoy training. I always love being in shape.
Well, yeah, personally, I like it there. Yes, open judging, but I understand that some people might feel shy, about judging, about announcing their scores, right? Someone might get offended by someone else. All the judges talk to each other. They're friends, so there would be complaints against each other. Okay, let there be no open judging. But I think it would be cool if everyone had their own personal account. You could log in. The athletes could judge quickly. The computer would calculate everything. Why don't you want to do that? Well, it's inconvenient. How is it inconvenient? You wouldn't even have to give everyone tablets. Each person could just log into the app on their own smartphone, their personal account. Judging would be super fast. The tournament would move along faster. It's interesting. It's convenient for the audience and for the judges. It's also very comfortable for the athletes. If things go faster, they get less tired and spend less time waiting, and the timing will be better maintained. No, that's bad. But I understand why it's bad, for one reason. Because when the wrong person wins, you can go and, rewrite the score sheets and recalculate things as needed so that no one sees.
Yeah.
Hello, friends.
Well, yeah.
Everyone was just clapping. Uncle Sasha performed, and the weather is just awesome, sunny, that kind of evening light. No makeup, no oil.
It burns.
It's tough, like a rock. Really cool. That means quality. And I always talk about this constantly, and when someone mentions it, I feel proud in that sense. Like, that's great. The athlete is doing really well, always in shape.
Always, after all.
Always, your whole life, just imagine that. What a thrill. You've been the face of bodybuilding for many years, and you're always in shape. Not like many others. They have two modes. Looking great, and then either a stick figure or a fat pig.
Yeah, I see you there, like a corpse.
4 modes.
Yeah.
Why do you keep yourself in shape? Do you like it for yourself, or are you a motivation for people, It's some kind of inner obligation.
Ruslan, look, when I go to the European or World Championship, I pay for everything myself. I don't earn anything there. People think I'm a millionaire. They'll give me a medal there, a trophy and a diploma. It's just for the soul, because there are no others like this and there never will be. It's for my family, for my loved ones, for my children, for my friends. It's just that I have this.
Believe me, it's for these guys. They believe in you, they value you, they're proud that you exist.
Of course.
These guys, the ones sitting over there,
believe me, that's
worth a lot.
Just now, so many people have come up to me, right? So many write to me. It's kind of this motivation that they say after 30, nothing grows anymore. After 40, everything withers. After 50, you'll fall apart. After 60, you're already a feeble old man. 70 years old, no problem. It's possible if you do everything right. You can do it, you really can. And that's not all. I'm telling you, I'll show my form at the Russia competition.
My dear friends, you should come to visit Moscow this year.
October 13th.
Iveta will organize a great tournament. We'll help. Alexander will impress you with his physique. That's really cool. What do you think about athletes who sometimes let themselves go in the off-season? What do you think, and why is that?
Ruslan, take my student, for example, Dima Petrov. He won in Russia and became the absolute champion. Then he's just not showing up to training over and over, and meanwhile he's posting about partying, drinking, smoking hookah, drinking wine, drinking beer. He's drinking everywhere. What kind of advertisement is that? For what? Then there are only 2 months left before the competition, while others have been grinding away. With 2 months left, he shows up, and at first he's like, he walks around in a jacket, then in an Olympic tracksuit, then puts on a t-shirt, then a tank top, undressing layer by layer. Well, you get what I mean, right? That's it. He competes, gets back in shape, and then once again, he's gone, just disappears again and again. Meanwhile, others are grinding away. And now let him try to win this time. The guys aren't slacking off, but he thinks he's so good looking. Yeah, sure, there was a time when he won, but let him try to win now.
While you're sleeping, your rival is working out.
Well, living the way he does. He performed somewhere, then posted about it too. Oh, not to the Canaries, to Spain, right? He went to the Canaries, then he keeps drinking, posts about it, drinks some more, comes home. Everything is like that for him, just like that. Yeah, what kind of example is that? Would I ever post about smoking hookah? I've never even tried it once in my life. Well, he got lucky, I didn't. That's all. You understand? So what am I supposed to do? That's why I don't understand people like that. How can you Well, obviously, like you said, they bulk up, get big and healthy, look good, and then it all goes away like a battery running out from charging, and he becomes skinny. What happened to you? Well, that's just how it is, kind of later now. And then when is that? Or do people gain 20 to 30 kilograms? Well, you get in shape, he loses those 20 to 30 kilograms, right? But after how many years will he be able to do that again? Gain weight and then somehow lose those same 30 kilograms. There are examples like that too.
For some reason, there are no muscles left after that.
Yes, of course. I have friends like that too. One of them was eating 8,000 kilocalories, gained up to 110 kilos, and now what is he like? Yeah, nothing special. And another one, he was at 4,500, 4,600, and now he's all puffy. And now again, there's almost nothing left. When are you going to get back in shape? I don't know. And I can't do without it. Obviously, if I worked at a factory or something, I could manage, but I'm at a club in the gym, but trainers work in the gym too. They just sit there. They also just sit in the trainer's room, but I work out. If a client doesn't show up, I train. Well, I just like working out. I always like being in shape. So, well, you know, I just get a kick out of training, out of performing. Did you see how I performed?
Of course.
Of course, I do it for the people in the evening there. Even if you don't push yourself, it's still a good evening.
So look, being in this shape, it's both for yourself and for others. But in terms of, yes, if we don't take you personally and your own views, but in general from a sports perspective, and for example, if you, as a methodologist, as a coach, are guiding an athlete, do you consider periods of major significant mass gaining, or do you lean more towards volume building, and should a person always stay in shape and progress while staying in that, let's say, different state?
Well, Ruslan,
I don't know.
You know, I myself, for many years, 15 years, I competed in the 80 kilogram category, and I even cut down to 75. As I said, 5 egg whites here, 5 more egg whites, omelets, 5 egg whites. Well, obviously I was pushing myself, competing 8 times in the spring, 8 times in the fall. I had tournaments then in Ulyanovsk, in Samara, in Kazan, in Izhevsk, in Saratov, in Cheboksary. That's how I traveled everywhere. Then there was Russia, Europe, the world, and so on. And the fact is, someone competes at the regional level, but by the time they get to Ufa, they've already lost their form. They won't go to the Russian championship, and it's always the same story. I barely have time to eat, I train a lot, and the fact that I ate so little and worked so much, then, well, in 2004, I wasn't given money for the trip, so I missed the spring season. In 2005, I competed at 85 kilograms and won the World Championship in Hungary. In 2006, 90 to 300. In 2007, in Chechnya and also in Hungary, in Budapest, I won the World Championship at 91 to 300. I didn't gain fat, I just gave my body a bit of rest, you know, and ate a little more.
Were you eating clean, or was your goal to bulk up? So, I mean, you hit those 90 kilograms. When you were cutting, what weight did you start from? Did you start at 95 or were you at 110?
No, I was around 95, 96, that's all.
So you only needed to burn like not that much fat?
I had 2 or 3 kilograms. I always kept training. I just took a bit of a break. And right away I felt a bit more energized and, well, 10 kilograms though, 10 kilograms. I used to compete at 80, cut down to 75, but here I was doing 101 to 300. I didn't just show up at the regional level for nothing. I even won the world championship in that kind of shape.
Friends, now we're going to ask about the toughest preparations or about the toughest preps that Sasha knows, but that will be in the next video. If you wanted to come out on the channel, you need to give us those big thumbs up. Give a thumbs up, subscribe to Alexander, follow his Instagram to watch, to support, to keep up with how he's doing, and to find out in the fall how he wins the overall title.
That's why I'm all for quality conditioning. It's not just about some crazy race for mass, but like I said, in 5 or 10 years, you'll see competing every season, both spring and fall.
Always. I also end up competing every year, of course. And there too. 4 or 5 tournaments in a row.
You're always fit too.
Yes, always. I keep it up.
Always, of course.
When I woke up after surgery, after general anesthesia, they had stitched my chest. I woke up in the morning and went to the office. Then in the evening, I went to Moscow for the Grand Prix. The next morning, I woke up and did some cardio. And it was fine. Then again to the exhibition, then home, then to work.
Look, Mexico, the World Championship. 2 hours to Moscow, 5.5 to Amsterdam. 11.5 to Mexico City. He also said they smoked, and then 7 hours on the bus. Arrived, registered, and the next day won the World Championship. and then back.
That's insane.
No adaptation at all. Can you imagine?
The body didn't even realize something had changed. The body was in deep shock. That's putting it mildly. That's the word I chose.